Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and watching the build. Got a lot of more video to come up here pretty soon. I've been doing a lot of things to this truck. It's been going pretty good, I think. I'm pretty excited. I got a lot of things knocked out. You know, I think part of a project is you get going with the project and little things end up to eat more time up than what you count on, but it's part of the journey. I think if you love the journey, you know, it's going to get there quicker. So like I said in most videos, I've learned a whole lot over this whole process and still learning. I'm just loving every minute of it. Every time I see a post on Instagram or Facebook or just anyone that's tied to somewhat of an ultimate adventure or four-wheeling, rock crawling, just this past week was King of the Hammers. Just seeing all these guys and all the hard work and dedication they're putting into building these race trucks and cars and just all of the work that takes place is just amazing, you know, what you can do and what you can accomplish. So I'm going to take you around and show you some of the things that I've done since the last video. As I've mentioned, I went ahead and, you know, pulled the trigger and I bought vintage air for the truck. And so vintage air does a couple of things for this rock crawler. Is number one, it takes all the old vacuum line stuff that you know, was 1980s, 90s technology for AC and heater and vents and ducts, controls. It takes all that and gets rid of it, and you're updating the system to electric servos that are way more reliable. There's no vacuum to it. There's no cables or anything like that. This is all updated. Number two, it's a smaller package, which I like on this truck because I am going to spend a lot of time in the cab. So the smaller we can get the HVAC controls inside the cab, the more room you're going to have, leg room. In the engine bay, there's not going to be that huge box sticking out. I don't know if you guys have seen in a square body, the AC box is huge. It takes up literally the whole passenger side, half of it at least. It sticks out, it gets against the engine, and just really an eyesore too. So it gets rid of that. Third thing is it does heat and AC, and so this is going to be able to make it more comfortable, like when you're wheeling. You know, I like being comfortable whenever you're out and about. You know, I think it's going to make the experience of working on your truck when you do break it a lot more enjoyable if you can get in there, cool off, or warm up wherever you may be. So I'm pretty excited about that part. So I've never put in a vintage air kit before. I've read a lot about it, and I've also watched a couple of YouTube videos. Nothing that has been, you know, tailored to, you know, this truck, four-wheel and stuff like that. But I have watched some videos of guys like on, you know, two-wheel drive C10, you know, C20 pickups, put them in, and they talk about how easy it is. So I got a couple of concerns right off the bat. You know, you guys know I put LS in this. Vintage Air sells a kit that is a straight-up LS swap setup. So I'm loving that because it's going to be a little bit easier on me, so I don't have to make brackets, things like that. But the other thing is since I put a 4-link in the front, my 4-link bars, my hoops, they are above my frame rail. Well, this is a high mount AC compressor, which I'll show you guys, and I'm hoping we don't have any clearance issues. I didn't really get any measurements because I just thought I'll make it work either way. So I'm going to take you guys around. I'm going to unbox this vintage air kit so you guys can kind of see. This is the 3 boxes it came with, and that's all there is to it. So we're going to see what happens, and I'll take you guys along with me. Hey, welcome to the channel. I'm Caleb Morrison. This is Caleb's Diesel and Fabrication. If you like fabricating stuff, if you like working on diesel vehicles, this is a great place to be because we're going to do it all. All right, let's see what we got. This one is marked AC bracket, dryer, and trinary switch. What? Well, So, looks like got a little bracket here. Let's see. This might be the dryer. So it's kind of cool, this dryer. It gets mounted up in the front of the grill, so it's kind of out of the way. Pretty cool. I like how compact it is. It's going to be nice. Trinary switch. So this is what kicks your, let's see, this compressor switch. It's going to kick it on, and it's also going to tell your fans to turn on, like a lot of these. Since I have the Holley terminator system, I actually have some provision so I can actually get this hooked up to where whenever I turn the AC on, they'll kick at least one of the fans on, if not both of them. I can probably wire that up. It says LS bracket. Hopefully this is, my main goal right now is I want to get the AC compressor mounted. I want to see how it's going to sit on here. Okay, here is the, got an idler, got a tensioner, I've got some spacers, billet spacers, aluminum, LS truck bracket, and all the hardware, quick performance. So, comes with a diagram, which is nice. Well, that's just part numbers, but we'll take it. This is the condenser for the front. It's going to go up there in the front. Here's all the lines. You got the hard lines, the hose kit for the front. It's got crimp fittings, a high and a low port. It's nice. This stuff's all brand new. Looks like we got some meat and potatoes of the kit right here. Nice. That just gives you an idea about all where this stuff goes. I'm just looking to put the AC bracket on right now, so I think I'll open the AC box. Maybe that'll give us an idea. Well, there ain't much in that other than the compressor. They might have some reaction in it. So it's already got oil in it. It's nice. Okay, got PAG oil in it. So it says on here, don't go 90 degrees past the top of the center line where the oil fill plug is, which makes sense because you know, the oil is what keeps it lubricated inside the pump. All right, that didn't show us really much of what we needed. I was hoping for like a diagram of where the filter goes. Here's the big box. Whoa, that's a lot. Kind of cool. It's got all the hoses so you can route the different ducts that go inside the truck. I know what that is. It blocks off one of the holes in the firewall. Nice. This is cool. So this is the control kit, or the panel kit, they call it. Oh wow. It's like, it looks, oh wow. It looks like almost, look at that. It's almost like it looks exactly like, I mean, that's what they're going for. It looks like factory. Wow, it's all electronic, that's great. Wiring harness for the dash. Hard mounting kit. Well, this might be it. Hey man, just working on the old square. That's right.
No, well, Eric decided to put the S82 rated.
Yeah, it needed it, man.
Yeah.
It's hard to find good help. I think somebody do it for me.
Well, hell, if we did everything for you, you wouldn't have nothing to do.
We're all. I got plenty to do.
What is this? Your air conditioning kit?
Yep, vintage air, man. Yeah.
Recording?
Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out, you know. I just gotta find my, should be like a diagram brackets for the AC.
That looks pretty confusing. All those. Alright, man.
Alright.
We'll see you later.
We'll see you, man. Well, it's interesting. Well, it didn't have any information on the AC compressor bracket. So, that. But everything else looks like it's there. Looks pretty good. This goes underneath under the dash and holds up the AC bracket, which is nice. I will have to say everything looks really good, like quality wise. It looks pretty heavy duty and like good quality, so I'm glad that I'm a little bit more expensive than this. This is by no means cheap. Quick performance. What are the odds I can look up quick performance AC kit for the LS truck and find it? So 2010 through 15 Camaro. Tell you guys a funny story about using the cutting torch. So for years and years I used clear glasses, safety glasses, to cut, and over a long period of time when you're doing that, it just wears your eyes out where you can't even see where you're cutting, and you got kind of a crappy cut and it just doesn't look good. So I don't know, up until about 3 or 4 years ago, a friend of mine was like, why are you using those safety glasses? Well, I gotta have something on, I told him. Man, why don't you use the shaded ones, because you'll be able to see at the end of the day. So sure enough, started using some, middle-aged male welding glasses, as I like to call them. Some guys wear them around town like they're sunglasses, which I think is ridiculous. But for cutting and using the torch, it's nice because you can actually see what you're doing. These aren't really stylish by any means, but they get the job done to keep me from worrying about being able to see whenever we get done with this project. So my goal here is I put this piece in there so I can have some leverage, and I'm going to heat this top piece up right here and bend it out to get it around the compressor. That way I know how big to build my pad to come out to the side. So we'll see how it works. All right, so here's where we're at. I ended up going 10 steps back to go, 12 steps forward, I guess you could say. So I ended up cutting, the main piece out for this hoop. And I made this bracket right here to hold the kicker out. So it would be able to hold it. Hey, are you a good little helper? Uh-huh. So this, you can see now, clears the AC compressor, gives me plenty of room to put my belt on and get it to fit. So I'm probably going to end up putting a little bracket like from here down to here, and also doing something from here to the frame just to help it out. All in all, it looks pretty good. I'm going to trim this a little bit and weld that up, but this is all 3/8 diamond plate. I'm putting 2 braces in just to add some extra rigidity to it. So I don't know, I'm pretty happy with it. I think it turned out good. I think it's going to wrap around good, and just got a little bit more welding to do. Gotta love it, a little bit more. But it fits in there nice. It kind of looks like it's supposed to be there, so that's what I was going for. So here we go. I've been dealing with dead batteries on my GoPro here lately, so I'm getting better. All right, guys. I'm just gonna tell you, I'm gonna finish this day up. I'm pretty proud of the progress I made today. Oh, my face is dirty. Man, I started out, I wasn't sure on this vintage air kit if the bracket was gonna be in the way for my 4-link on the passenger side. Turns out it was. And you know, with this project, you just gotta keep on going. You know, don't let stuff bother you, just keep hammering down. And that's what I'm doing. I think it turned out good. I ended up doing a little bending, used a tubing bender, cut a bracket, and you know, made 2 little kickers for that bracket, so it's going to hold the weight. I'm still not completely done with it, but you know, it's just a little bit of time-consuming deal to get these brackets cut out. You can kind of see now how the AC compressor is going to clear pretty good. It's got plenty of room, so you can see. And then the kicker, I just bent it just a little bit, and I'm going to be putting a bracket here, and then I'll probably go to this side as well and put another bracket like from here down to the frame to just kind of help it, and also some that go from here to here, here to here, just trying to help it out. You know, every time you add something to these, you are just helping the strength of the truck overall. So I'm happy with it. You know, that was the only thing on this vintage air kit that I was really worried about, was the fitment of the AC compressor being a top mount, which is going to be nice because I'll be able to, you know, see everything. It's not going to be getting caught on anything coming up from the bottom because it's a high mount style compressor. Really a nice kit. I just knew from my application that I was probably going to have to make something work, and it's okay. Made it happen. I've got a couple more things. I would like to start working on the dash, under the dash, putting all those components in, so I can kind of be done with the AC on the inside. But now I can at least get my serpentine belt on there, and then it's half-assed looking like a completed motor. Still got to mount my hoses for my PSC steering kit. I haven't done that yet. I got to do hoses. I'm waiting on my Hydro Boost hoses that go from the Hydro Boost itself down to the gearbox, and then the one hose that goes from the Hydro Boost to the power steering pump. I got to get those on first, and then I think all the other hoses will go on pretty quick. So PSC makes it pretty easy too. Like, one thing I've noticed on this project is people have used these kits and they've made them for this type of setup, so it's kind of nice. They do some of the grunt work, if you want to call it that, to make sure everything's going to work out. And the only reason I had to do this on this bracket is because it's kind of a special application, and you know, sometimes it seems like 10 steps forwards just to get 2 more steps, or 10 more steps back to get 2 more steps forwards. But that's what we did today. It's not a big deal. So I'm going to turn in for the day, and appreciate you guys watching. Comment, like, subscribe. Thanks for hanging out. Morning, guys. I'm back on the project again. A lot of good things happening. I got a couple of new things come in, and just a couple things I'm super excited about. Today, my goal is, as I'm working on this vintage air kit, is I'm trying to just clean everything up and tidy it up. Decided to kind of make a little bit of an audible here. Even though this isn't going to be something that is like, you know, super tight or airtight, I should say, going on the trails and stuff, I'm going to end up putting some sound deadening and some insulation up on the firewall before I put this vintage air box in. And the reason for that is, once you put the box in, you can't do that, so you kind of got to do this in succession. So anyways, I've used this product before in the past on different trucks and had really good results out of it. It's called Noiko Sound Deadening, and it's also somewhat of an insulation. Now, they make a couple different brands. They make or a couple different colors, I say, black, white, and they have some chrome backing on them, which I don't really care what it looks like. It just has to do its job. So I had some of this left over from another project. This is the Chrome Noiko, and this is the name brand, but I got a couple of extra pieces in here. But this is what it looks like. It's pretty good stuff. It's got a really heavy duty backing on it, and you can see it's kind of got this blue or black sticky back to it, and it works really good. It sticks to almost everything. And so what I'm going to do is put that up on the firewall here before I start putting in this box. Now, here's the box for the for the vintage air kit. It's not real big, it doesn't take up a lot of space, but it's going to be in there permanently as far as I'm concerned. Another thing I got, which I'm super excited about, and this is, you know, couple of things on this project you get and you're just like, wow, I can't believe how good it's going to turn out, and I think it's going to be great. When I put my seats in, they don't have armrests on them. They're you know, PRP seats, they're great, but I wanted an armrest. I like an armrest just in case, you know, just chill out on. So I ended up buying this Tuffy lockable box here, and this thing I liked about it is it's got an armrest for the driver and the passenger on it. It's pretty thick, heavy duty. I think it's more pointed towards the Jeep guys, but anyways, I think it'll work out for me. It's lockable, so if I want to keep stuff in it, I can lock it up. It's got pretty deep bottom in it, and a little bit of a rubber piece on the bottom. It also comes with cup holders, so you can set those up here on the front, and you can adjust it to different heights. Also, it has another spot for more storage you can put inside. Not a big deal. This stuff is great, and this is actually watertight. When you put the seal on the lid, it's watertight, so pretty excited about that. That just came in literally last night, so super stoked about that. I'm gonna have that on there, and it's gonna make it easier to kind of decide where I'm gonna put the shifter at and where everything's gonna set up. The next thing I'm gonna do is I've been cleaning out some of my AC controls up on the dash. The old stuff is all vacuum operated and cables, and you can see it's still in there. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to take my gauges out to make it a little easier. I'm going to end up going with some Holley gauges that will go into this original bezel. I just really like the way this square body old style bezel looks like, so I'm going to go with the Holley setup because it's made for the Holley Terminator X, which is the ECM setup I'm using for this square body, so it'll work really good. But so far impressed with the vintage air kit. It's going great. So today I'm just working on cleaning out everything under the dash, getting all of the unnecessary cables and vacuum lines out. You know, the prehistoric stuff from 1985 that it's going to be off this truck. So it's going to be like a brand new pickup. Basically, the only thing that's not brand new is the sheet metal on the cab itself. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's what we're going to do today. Hey guys, I'm back on it. Been cutting and trimming, and I cut the holes out. So one of the things I want to show you guys is, so right here, you got this little plate, and that's where your hoses come up. It really cleans the firewall up on these square body trucks. It takes that huge, massive deal that comes on these trucks factory out of the way in a little box. So the great thing about this kit that I'm really liking is everything is super easy to follow. It's just nothing to it, honestly. So you can see it tells you to mark the holes, you know, put the cap on for the fresh air because you don't need that anymore. You're gonna have a new setup on this truck. So you mark the holes that's on there, you cut the holes out. I just used my step bit. Bought this from Harbor Freight. It works dang good for this type of stuff. Real small sheet metal, but anyways, I'll show you inside. You know, one of the great things about doing all this and cleaning up the firewall is you get all the rat crap and the rat piss smell out of these old trucks that have been on the road or sitting in a field for a long time. So that's a great thing, and like I said, I'm going to put that Norco sound deadening on here, so it's going to help a bunch. One thing that the directions didn't say anything about that I am going to go ahead and do is, this is where the old heater box came in, and there's a lip right here, you could see it. And it's going to make it easier on me to cut this off with a grinder and make it smooth, because the smoother I can make this right here, the better it's going to bond with that sound deadener. So I'm going to cut that off real quick, and then I'm going to start working on going up the firewall with that sound deadener. And I already took a wire wheel and cleaned up all of the old sound deadening material that they had in 1985 that wasn't worth a dang. And this is obviously where I was welding and caught some of that stuff on fire. So this new sound deadening is going to be way better. One thing I did to prep that sound deadening is I put it in front of my bullet heater, and I heated up the adhesive, because basically this is a strip and you just have to roll it on there and get it to bond. So I'll show you. I got this little tool for these kits. This is a roller, and it works great for going over and basically getting the bond really good, and it presses in and presses down on that Neuco mat, and it ain't coming off. I've had it on my other square body that I daily drive. It's a 85, redid it completely. I also put Neuco on the roof above the headliner. I also put it on the floor. I put it everywhere on that truck, even in the doors, and it made a huge difference. And man, that roller made things so much easier. There's other brands of sound deadener out there, but this Neuco stuff is great. Amazon, eBay, I think it's like one box of it is less than $100, and you can almost do a cab with one box. So pretty good stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and do it just because we're here. Might as well, right? Anyways, that's where we're at. I'm liking the progress that I'm making so far, because the cleaning up of the firewall just looks so much better. Got the holes drilled out. I got to take that back off anyways, because I have to put in the box first. This is the air and heat box. Got to take it off and mount it up in there and make sure the fit's right, and make sure everything's going to be kosher together. So anyways, I'm just following along with the instructions. I'm not in a hurry here. I'm just doing it. I've never done this kit before. I've watched a couple of videos on it, and guys love it. So we're doing pretty good. We're getting along. Thanks. All right, here's where we're at, guys. I ended up, they use panhead screws to hold this front cover on, which I'm not really a huge fan of. I mean, they will work, but the way I'm going to use this, it's going to be pretty heavy duty and bouncing around. So anyways, long story short, I drilled out the holes, and I used 1/4 20 with the lock washer and nut on the back side in 4 spots here, just to make sure this is going to hold and it's going to be good. So you can see I got my Neuco sound deadening mat in there. I got my holes there. You can see where I put the bolts in right there, there, just to try to help, because it was just way too loose in my opinion, and I think this thing bouncing around on the rocks is going to be pretty heavy duty on it, so it needs to stay there. And this panel, it really turned out nice. I love the way that this vintage air kit cleans up the front of this truck. Yeah, I don't know if you guys, on square body pickups, it has this huge box up here that's stock that just does not, it takes up so much room, and it wouldn't even have worked with my 4-link setup, because you could see that it would be hitting the shock hoop, so that wasn't going to work anyways. So this is kind of one of my only options, but it's going to be hot or cold or whatever, and I want to be comfortable if possible. So yeah, it's looking good. We're going on along now. I think I'm going to start assembling my air and heating and air box and keep going with these instructions. I really like the way these instructions are set up. Super easy. I mean, you could be Ned in the first grade reader, and you could make sure to put everything together right the first time. So thanks Vintage Air for making it easy on a guy, you know.